Well, hello there, folks. It's time for another one-to-one. This evening it's with AKA Our Life, Keith and Abby. I'm just waiting for them to come on. Hopefully this will start and they will see the link in the chat window and come on now. So we're just waiting for technical issues. Click on link in chat window. So don't know what's happened here. I've sent him 3 invites via the email, and I've sent him the invite over the link as well, but no one's come on. So there's 5 viewers. Hello, Mary. It's I'm waiting for AKA Our Life to join in. I'm on to them on my iPad and I've posted them, so I'm just putting the link in again for them to see if they can click into it. So just excuse me, I'm going to phone them on the iPad again. The link's in the chat window on the YouTube channel.
So on YouTube. On YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
So if you go to the YouTube, my Eaglevp, we're live now, and the link's in there. So click it, because I've sent the link 4 times to you, and you haven't got it. Okay, then, Keith. See you in a minute. Then when you join.
Right, thank you.
Sorry about that, everybody. It's just one of those technical difficulties, I think, that we occasionally have. Yeah, it doesn't always work unless they are members of the Google Plus. If they follow you back on Google Plus, it works every time. So, hello there, Keith and Abby.
Hey.
Hi.
At least we got there in the end, didn't we?
Sorry we're late to the party.
That's all right. That's fine. I do not mind. You always have these issues with Google Hangouts. So welcome to this, our interview with Keith and Abby from AKA Our Life. I'm just going to remove the link now. That's it. Done that. So hope you're both well.
Yes, thank you.
Good. So the first question that I usually ask people when I start the interviews is, could you tell us a bit about yourselves, please?
I'll let you start.
You let me start.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No arguments, please.
Okay, I'm Abby, and I'm originally from Dallas, Texas, and Keith and I moved here to Wichita about 13 years ago, so we've kind of made Kansas our home, but originally from Texas, and I went to Stephen F. Austin, where I met him in East Texas, and I studied, got an education degree, and I'm a teacher. I taught school in the public schools for a few years, and then I've taught some in private schools, and then I worked in a historical museum for 7 years where I led field trips. I led school kids on field trips, which was fun. So I was the field trip lady. So I know lots about history now. And now I am teaching. I've started a different career about a year ago, teaching ESL, teaching English to kids in China on a video chat, like what we're doing now. And it's great fun. I absolutely love it. It's really, really fun. We started vlogging about a year ago as well. And that's kind of our hobby. I also enjoy cooking, and I love animals, and I like to do arts and crafts a little bit, things like that, painting. So yeah, that's me. That's me.
Yeah, I'd say I'm not quite as exciting as she is. So I grew up in a small town in East Texas, and about 20,000 people. So by Texas standards, that's small. And grew up there, went to college in the same town that I grew up in. That's where we met. Got a degree in business and have been in a risk type profession probably for the last 22 or 23 years now with a couple different companies. So that's what I do by day, and I guess by night we vlog.
Yeah, you do, and you're doing very well. Your channel is really pleased for you. So from Texas, so why did you move to Kansas?
So we moved to Kansas because when I worked at my previous job, I worked for Ford Motor Company. It was almost like being in the military. We literally moved every 12 to 18 months, and which was great when we were young, but got really old when our daughter started grade school and we were seeing the stress that it was causing on her from all the moving. So when I worked for Ford, I had an assignment here in Wichita, where we live in Kansas. And then we were here for 15 months, and then we moved back to Texas. Well, by that time I decided, I really needed to, plant some roots, and we loved the Midwest, and we loved the people here. It's just a slower pace of life. People are really friendly. The thing that blew my mind was when we went to a fast food restaurant, the person that was waiting on us was actually really friendly. And, kind of made an impact, and we just got to know the people, and just, really the Midwest we love just the lifestyle here, and the cost of living is relatively inexpensive.
Well, that's good then, because I've been to El Paso, and I've been to Houston, and I've been to Dallas in Texas on my trips, because I've been looking at your videos all day, and I see you both love to travel. One's done 11 countries and one's done 8, but I can't remember which one because I didn't write it down.
I've done more.
He's got more. He's got me beat because of work travel. Yeah.
So, and your next vacation is Canada next year, I believe. So you said on one of the videos, which I bet you're both looking forward to.
Yes. Yes, we're gonna take a cruise. Yeah. We're going to take a cruise up to British Columbia, so we're really excited about that.
Oh, that'll be nice. Vancouver area and all around there, yeah. So you're not going the rest of the way up to Alaska then?
No,
not this time.
She wouldn't do that. I wouldn't
do it? Oh, I didn't know that. But
I suggested Alaska. She said, no, let's do something shorter. We haven't done a cruise since we got married, which was 22 years ago.
Yeah, our honeymoon, we took a cruise.
So we decided to do just a short one, and we'll see how it goes and see if it's something we still like to do. And if it is, then maybe we'll catch that at a later date.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good then.
That's a long time to be on a boat. This is just 4 days, and then we're going to spend some time in Seattle and also
Portland,
Oregon.
Yeah. Two lovely cities. So, because noticing on your videos that you've been to the UK, whereabouts did you visit in the UK then?
We've been to London a couple of times, and then we took day trips up to. We took a day trip over to Oxford.
Yeah.
And we went to Lake Hawk and saw Lake Hawk Abbey. We went on a tour that was taking us to places where they filmed Harry Potter, because we're big Harry Potter fans.
Yes.
Lake Hawk was amazing. We really want to go back there. We were only there for a couple hours and it was not long enough. So Oxford for sure, we want to go back there. And I think that's it. We really haven't been to very many places in the UK.
Yeah, so you didn't get up to Scotland or over to Wales or the Lake District or Yorkshire?
Not at all. We would love to do that.
Yeah, we have a lot to explore in England, and London by far is one of our favorite cities. I love the city. I've been there several times for work. I've gone out to Gloucester for work. But definitely there are a lot of things in the UK that we would love to visit, and and some of the nearby countries surrounding that we'd like to visit as well.
Over to Ireland.
Yeah.
Sounds great. There's never enough time.
No. So one of the questions that I was going to ask you is, because I know you both like traveling, but you both said you would like to live in Italy. Could you tell us why? Is it the food or what?
It's all the above.
The food is great, but really it's the people that endeared us to Italy. The people there are just so nice and friendly, and they never meet a stranger. You meet them and they're just like, oh, welcome. And they make you just feel so at home. And we've made friends there now that we have that live there. And I have a friend that's from where I'm from that now she lives there and loves it. And so I just think it's a wonderful, beautiful place. And of course, their food.
Yeah.
To die for, really. It's the best.
But you like Mexican, don't you, Abby?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and when we travel to Europe, we miss Mexican food because nobody really hardly has it there. And so by the time we get home, if we're gone for a week or two and we go to Europe, the first thing we want when we get home is Mexican food. We just crave it.
Yeah.
Because they don't have enough spicy food over there. Yeah. You guys don't do the spice.
Yeah. So,
and I don't know if you know.
Then, well, there's a reason for moving. You could open your own Mexican food restaurant.
There.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know this. We lived in El Paso for about 15 months as well. And you know, when you eat Mexican food from El Paso, that's different than Mexican food from like Dallas or Houston. And you know, you get spoiled eating that stuff, especially the sopapillas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we used to just walk over the border to Mexico because El Paso, as you know, you've been there. It's just right on the border. And we would go to Mexico and eat dinner. Yeah. So we got really spoiled.
So while you was living in Dallas then, did you go to where they filmed the TV series Dallas?
Yes. Yeah. But they only filmed the exterior of that house. It wasn't very far from where I lived. So when people would come to visit us, my parents would always take them out there. That was like the thing. Want to see the house from Dallas? And we'd drive out there. It's in the country. And we'd look at it. There it is. And yeah, that's about it. Just a drive by.
You know, I've got a video up there. I think I've had about 1,500 views on that one. You know, it's one of my most successful videos.
That's cool.
So I really enjoyed my trip there. So then, could you tell us a bit about what your channel's about? And you've already mentioned it, but, you know, the viewers would still like to know a bit.
It's called Our Life, a.k.a. Our Life. And so it is literally about our life. And we are recent empty nesters. So it's some about, you know, helping us cope with our daughter being gone. She's our only one. So when she went to college, you know, we needed something to do together as a couple, something to get us out of the house and take our mind off of missing our daughter too. So that's why we started the channel. We try to do not only just our travels. If we're going on vacation, we take you with us, but also some of our daily life. And then we also try to show you things about our city where we live, Wichita, and the surrounding areas, because you may have noticed there's not very many vloggers in Kansas. We're kind of in a vlogging desert out here. There's tons in some of the other states, but not really so much in Kansas. So it's really wide open for vlogging as far as showing you things that haven't really been shown that much on YouTube.
Yeah, I agree on that, because I put in vloggers from Kansas and I've only come across about 3 in all the ones that I've looked at. And yours was at the top of the pile. And
yes.
Yeah, you know, since I've been following your channel, you know, I've seen quite a bit of your area, and especially today, because I've looked at about 60% of your videos.
Oh, you've been busy. You binged.
Because I always like to do a bit of research, so I know a little bit about the people who I'm interviewing, you know, and looking back at some of your videos, absolutely brilliant ones, you know. One that inspired me was the one where the 2 brothers got baptized in your church. One of them was disabled, paralyzed.
Oh, yes.
The way that they did it was fantastic, fetching him on a board and just putting, and all the medics around. I thought that was brilliant.
Oh, that was a coordinated effort for sure, with a lot of people to make sure that he was safe.
Yeah.
For that. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that as I say, that's one of them. So we'll get back to the questions then. So, Abby, first, what are your likes? What do you like doing most in life besides cooking? Because I know that you enjoy cooking or making lovely dishes, especially Mexican food.
Thank you. I like cooking. I really love my job. I love teaching. I love working with kids, and I'm kind of a kid magnet. I think I'm very short. I'm like their height. I'm 4'11", 4 feet 11. And of course, I don't know how that converts, but I'm very short.
Yeah. 4 feet 11. I can understand that. The old metric instead of the metric. The old feet and inches. Yes, I can understand that.
So anyway, little kids, I love little kids, and it just their love of life and their energy. And I love animals. We don't have any pets right now, but we're hoping to get a puppy soon. And I'm very excited because when we've had dogs, we've always had dogs. And that's been something that I really enjoy. I like to walk. I'm not into running, but I like to walk, and I like to do yoga and for exercise. And I'm a talker. I like to talk to my friends.
Yes, you are. Agreed on that. But that's what vlogging's all about, isn't it? It's talking to people about your everyday life. And I noticed on the video that Keith likes soccer. Is that the English game of soccer or the American
that is
football?
That's the English game of soccer.
Yeah.
I've played since I was 4 years old. I played all the way through. I played through college, and then I stopped playing. And I didn't play for about, 10 years?
Yeah, probably about 10 years. And then a buddy called him up.
Well, no, actually, we ran into a buddy when we lived in San Antonio. We ran into a buddy at a concert, and he's like, "Hey, Keith, come play soccer," because we played together in high school. I was like, yeah, okay. And then I didn't show up. And then he called me the next week. He goes, "Dude, where were you?" I'm like going, yeah. He goes, "Come this week." I go, "Okay, I'll see." Of course, I didn't come. So finally, after him persistently bugging me for about a month, I put the cleats back on and gave it a go, and I about died the first week I went out.
He actually told me, he came home and he's like, I said, "How'd it go?" He goes, "I thought I was either going to die or throw up."
Yeah.
He was like, "I haven't played in forever."
So after that week, I've been hooked, and I still, when I don't have injuries, I still play, and I actually play in 2 leagues right now. So I've noticed as I get older that the injuries take longer to heal up from. So I don't know how much longer I will have a go at it, but I'll keep going until I can't walk anymore, probably.
Yeah. And what position do you play then, Keith?
I play mostly indoor now because it's cold in Kansas a lot of the year, but I'm more of a defensive player. When I was in high school, the first couple of years I played midfield, and then I'm defense. But when you play indoor, you kind of float all over the place. So there's times I'll be playing offense, but my dribbling skills aren't the greatest, so I never been like a great dribbler. So I'm good at the defensive part and breaking things up. So, but it's good exercise, and it at least helps me keep my weight somewhat in check, and not perfect, but I like to eat. So,
So who is your favorite team, or who do you support?
Oh,
English would be Arsenal, and I probably will take some heat for that.
No, Vlog from the Bog says Arsenal. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool supporter.
Barry likes to give me grief about that, but I think the main reason is because probably before we went to London, I didn't follow really in the English teams that closely, and when we were in London, we went on a tour of the Emirates Stadium. And we got to do kind of the behind the scenes. We got to go on the pitch, and we got to go because it was it was right after the season ended. One of the legends, I don't remember who he was, one of the guys kind of took us on the tour. We got to go in the locker room. So
that was cool.
That was kind of my start with my interest in Arsenal. It just happened to be that was the stadium we chose to go to, and that was kind of the start of my love affair with Arsenal.
Oh, so do you watch their games on TV in the States then?
Yeah, when I can. They're on sometimes on Saturdays or Sundays. I'll try to catch those. They actually have a package you can buy, but I'm too cheap to pay for it. So
you won't know that they won in the Europa Cup tonight, 1-0. away. Where was it? They were playing away. Sparta Moscow, I think they were playing.
Fun.
And they won 1-0.
Well, that's good.
Awesome. We'll take it.
Yeah.
And Giroud scored with an overhead kick in the 85th minute, I think it was.
Oh my.
Yeah, pretty disappointed with the U.S. team right now and not qualifying for the World Cup. That's pretty disappointing. So
yeah. Which is, I agree, very disappointing, because I see that they are after Allardyce, who was manager of England for one game early last year. So whether he gets a job, I do not know.
Yeah.
So can you see the chat window at all? Because we've got Monica in, we've got Mary reading, we've got Salty Nuts, we've got Vlog from the Bog, we've got Vinny G, and we've got 14 others watching it. Cargo 619, Two Wheels Fix, Bossman, and Bossman's taking care of the chat window, I hope. So hello everybody. If I've missed you off, I do apologise.
Welcome,
so
and
I hope you'll enjoy the rest of DM's mix up. So.
Oh yeah, hi guys, hi everybody.
Yeah, appreciate everyone joining tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, so do I on them. So
it's late for some of you guys.
Yeah. So who inspires you most on YouTube?
On YouTube.
Well, I guess we can talk about originally.
What like our original inspiration?
I think the original inspirations for YouTube were probably two channels. One, we really like Adam the Woo, and we just loved his, especially the ones where he'd go to these abandoned places.
Yeah, those are so cool.
I think that really hooked us, because I think the first time we ever watched one was there's this old amusement park in Wichita named Joyland. And he had gone to Joyland, and so we just Googled Joyland or searched it on YouTube, and that came up. And then that's the way we were introduced to him. Who's this guy?
He's so cool. And yeah, so then we started watching his videos.
Yeah, and so that's kind of, that's the first time I ever watched YouTube. I didn't do anything on YouTube other than tutorials on how to fix stuff,
I honestly didn't even know what a vlog was. And then he started the Daily Woo, which he just recently discontinued, which makes me very sad. But he did it for 6 years, so props to him. And that really inspired me. Yeah.
And then I think probably from a couple's perspective, the trackers, we really liked
Tim and Jen,
yeah. So they were I think that was kind of maybe Abby's inspiration to us starting a channel. And as you're probably familiar with, I did not want to start a channel. I had no interest
I had to drag him
at all in doing this, because I am a introvert by nature. She's an extrovert, as you can tell. She loves being in front of people with the camera. I'd be perfectly happy being in the dark corner somewhere, just hanging out.
Watching TV.
Doing what we do here is not natural to me, or something that at first I found enjoyment in. Now I've kind of done a 180 on that, and we love it. And I think it's also helped me probably come out of my shell some too, and definitely being more comfortable talking in front of a camera. Because I watched some of our first videos, and it cracks me up, because I'm still awkward, but I definitely was much more awkward back then.
Yeah, I think you're very relaxed. I was like you. I've been behind the camera since 1989 when I first got my video camera, and it's only the last 6 months where I've been doing these interviews that I got in front of the camera. I still get the very nervous before I start an interview, but when I start an interview, I relax straight away, as long as the people who I'm interviewing are relaxed, and you're relaxed, I can tell, So I'm getting a lot more confident in doing talking to people on YouTube, going into live streams, because at first, when I first did my first live stream, was I so nervous, I was stuttering, couldn't get the words out and everything like that. So how well you two are doing with your channel is brilliant, because Abby, you are a natural, and now Keith is so relaxed. So who does most of the filming and who does most of the editing, or do you both do 50-50 splits on the editing?
Well, I think it's evolved. It started out being me doing everything.
Yeah.
And somebody on our channel today asked a question. They wanted to know, they saw the change with him and wanted to know what prompted it. I'll tell you, it's because people started watching. when nobody watched the channel, he was like, nobody's watching that. Why do you bother? And I was like, oh, it's just fun, you know, whatever. But then he got excited when we started meeting people like you and other YouTubers. And it was like, he's like, oh, this is kind of fun. So the social aspect brought him out of his shell. And he's like, oh, I can do this too. And I think that was really where the change happened with you. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, our channel started off really slow. And
it did, really.
It was so slow. And it was frustrating when you're spending several hours editing a video that 5 people are watching. You're like, why am I doing this? I could be spending my time doing something else. But the light bulb came on one day, and we finally realized the networking aspect of YouTube. You can't just have 10 subscribers and put a video out there and expect people to find it.
Which is what I thought. I thought it was about content.
That's what we thought. And so then once we learned the networking piece of it, then things started happening. People started finding our channel, and, you know, we started meeting people. I still remember when we got our first international sub. I mean, I thought it was the greatest thing ever, because
it was very exciting.
It was so, that day was so exciting, because it's just like, oh my gosh, someone from another country is actually watching us. Why do they want to watch us, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. But yeah, for sure, the interaction with other people is what got him hooked. And now he does most of the editing. We take turns some, but he does most of it, and he's really good at it. So I just let him do it.
Thank you very much, Bossman Productions, for that.
Yes.
Appreciate that. First one I've got.
Oh, right.
Appreciate
Yay.
That's awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, I do a lot of the filming too. It depends. You know, we originally started doing a lot of stuff independently, then we converged. Kind of our format, if you watch our older stuff, our format has changed a bit.
Yeah.
And, you know, and we kind of, instead of just kind of bringing everyone along for the boring stuff of our day, we really try to condense and really show people things that are probably more interesting to watch. And so that's kind of changed the way we, you know, the way we film. And also, it gets us out of the house a lot more than it used to.
For sure.
Now we're kind of like we're looking for things to go do, things that are going on in our area, things that other people would find interesting, especially international folks, that, you know, things we do here might be totally foreign to what they're used to seeing, and trying to find interesting content.
Stuff that's unique to our area. We're kind of.
And that's the main thing, isn't it? It's finding something interesting that other people will watch. Yeah. But
that hasn't been already done, you know? So many things. YouTube is just loaded now with content. So it's like, okay, what's out there that no one's shown yet? You know, like that pet cemetery we went to, we Googled all over, and that particular one, there's nothing. You couldn't find anything on it. So like, aha, there's something we could do that no one's seen yet.
Yeah, and I thought that was a very interesting video. You know, I mean, at least you're looking for content to produce, aren't you? You know, and you're not just live streaming. You are now live streaming and creating things that people will be interested in, which is why I enjoy your channel so much. You know, because you look at a lot of people on YouTube who just do live streaming now, and they never show where they live, the area. They never mention much about themselves, and people are interested in people. You know, I've always had that philosophy that if you talk about yourself or your family, people are interested in that.
Yeah, and we've really forged some really good relationships on YouTube that we never thought we would. And if you're people that aren't on YouTube, it kind of blows their mind as far as, how can you be friends with someone you never met? I'm like, people that upload on a regular basis, it's almost like you're seeing them on a daily basis, and you get to know them, and then you have conversations with each other in the comments. And it's just been, I mean, that part has been really cool. Like you said, these relationships that we forged, and we've gotten surprisingly some really good friends. The only bummer is we wish they lived in Kansas, you know. Nobody lives here.
Yeah, that's the problem, because I mean, on your first live stream that you did, when you reach 1,000 subs, with the other 3 families that I subbed to on that night, you know, I thought how close you were, how you were all friends.
Yeah, those are the first, among the first people that we really connected with on YouTube and really called friends. And then Chris, from the Chris Experience, we've actually met him. He came to visit us, and that was so surreal, meeting someone that you'd only seen. It was almost like meeting someone like that you've seen on TV.
Yeah.
But they're in 3D and they're in your house, you know. And he said the same thing when he walked in our living room. He's like, I've seen your living room, your kitchen. I've been in your home on your videos every day, but it's weird walking in. It's like walking onto a TV set. So YouTube is surreal in that way. And nobody that does, people that don't vlog or that aren't part of YouTube, they are friends in real life, you know, they don't understand that. They're like, how can you make friends with someone that you only see on YouTube? And I'm like, we just do.
You do.
You just do.
Yeah, we actually have another vlogger coming in a couple of weeks to come stay with us. So
that will be meeting for the first time.
Yeah, we never met him. We've been friends for probably a year now, and he doesn't vlog a whole lot now, so we talk on the phone and communicate through text. But he's a big West Virginia fan, and we're big Kansas fans, and West Virginia's playing Kansas State in football in 3 weeks, so he's going to fly down for the game.
Oh, that'll be good then. Oh, I'll look forward to that video then when that goes up then.
Awesome.
So I'm going back to the very first video you put up, which was the 21st of August 2016, and it was your daughter Zoey going to college, a 2-hour drive from where you are. So could you tell me how she's doing at college?
Oh, she's doing awesome. She loves college. So much so she hardly ever comes home to see us.
So the obvious question then from that, does she follow your channel?
No.
I mean, no, not regularly. If we tell her, hey, there's a video we want you to watch, she'll watch it, but she doesn't watch every day.
Yeah.
She claims she's too busy.
She's too busy.
So none of her friends at college then have seen your channel then?
Oh yeah.
Some of them have, yes. And some of their parents
are
fans, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And Zoe actually had her own channel. She hasn't vlogged this year, but she actually vlogged she did a weekly vlog for her first year of college, which was very interesting. We were hoping that she would continue that, but she hasn't done that. But it's funny because she'll be walking around campus and other students will recognize her because she was the only person surprisingly on that campus that was vlogging. And even like the dean of students was a fan of her vlog, and he invited her to breakfast one morning to talk to her just because he thought her vlog was cool. But she's not doing that. But she doesn't watch us. But it doesn't hurt my feelings.
It's okay. Yeah. we're over it.
So what career is she going into then?
I'm sorry, what's her major? Speech pathology. Yeah. So she wants to work with kids in schools that have speech impediments, and she'll need to get a master's degree and a license to do that. So she has a few years ahead of her, but she's planning to be a speech pathologist.
But she takes after her mother. She's very smart.
And she's good with kids. That's the other thing we have in common.
I'm street smart. She's book smart.
Oh, that's brilliant then.
No comment.
Hey, I would still be at the university if I wouldn't have met her, because we actually got married when we were in college. We had one semester left, and we met probably 2 years into college. And
we dated 2 years.
I was floundering around, didn't have a lot of interest in studies. I had more interest in going out and having fun. And I met her, and she put me on the straight and narrow. So I went from the probation list to the dean's list.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm just going to answer Happiness Sparkles. What's this slow-mo? I do the chat to 30 seconds so people can read the chat, because in the advanced settings, when you set up the live stream, you can alter the speed of the chat window.
Okay.
Yeah, so people can read it better, because it's set to 60 seconds, and if you've got a lot in and then it goes up that fast, you can't see it. Whereas if you slow it down to about 30 seconds, you can actually see the chat as you are interviewing people.
Do that next time. That's a good idea.
Yeah, because it goes by too fast.
We should say hi to our friend Zach.
Yeah, if you want to say say hello to anybody in there if you can see the chat yourselves.
Oh, we just saw that our friend Zach is on there. He's the one that was the scary guy from a couple weeks ago at the haunted house that we've been friends with. So he's in the live chat, so that's fun.
Hey, the Chris experience is in.
Chris experience. Oh, he said he wished he lived closer. Oh, we do too. We miss you.
Yeah, I am sub to him. Yeah, from there.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do it for about 15 to 20. Oh, I'll alter it to 20 seconds then, boss man, next time.
Okay.
I didn't know that, so I'll do it at that speed then. So you've already mentioned one of the jobs that you did, and that was at the Historical Museum. So can you tell us a bit more about that job then, Abby, that you did?
Yeah,
you know, what it really entailed.
So yeah, I worked there for about 7 years, and I was the director of education. So a lot of people don't realize that museums, typically, if you're accredited museum, they'll have a teacher on staff, and that person oversees the educational aspects of the museum to make sure that you know, field trips are coming through, the kids are learning the things that the teachers want, and they're, you know, booking the tours with the teachers and things like that. And then I also directed all of the volunteers, the docents that led the tours with the content and things like that. And then I did a Senior Wednesday program for senior citizens in our area. They could come and hear a lecture series. And so we did those. So I learned a lot about local history working there. It was really interesting. And the building I worked in was really cool. It was the original City Hall, built in 1892. So it was really a cool old building to work. It was fun to work in. People thought it was haunted. It maybe, I don't know. It's a spooky looking place, but a really neat place to work. And they had a clock tower. We could walk all the way to the top and ring the bell. You know, it was just really fun. It was a fun place to be. And
so you learned a lot about your history of Kansas then.
Yeah, I did. Kind of wear him out sometimes because I'm always spouting off facts about local history.
Yeah, I don't know if the international people will get this, but there used to be a show on TV called Cheers. And I don't know if you ever saw Cheers, but there was a mailman on there called Cliff Clavin.
Yeah.
And he was a know-it-all, and he knew everything about everything. I call her the Cliff Clavin of Wichita history.
Yeah, because he would say, it's a little known fact, and I would always say that too.
Yeah. Wow, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'd like to learn more about your trip to Salem.
Oh, that's you. Your trip to Salem.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the video this morning and I thoroughly enjoyed it, you know, and I've never been there myself. So I thought.
No, that's not the witch Salem.
Oh.
That's a different Salem.
Yeah, it's a different Salem. So this was in, I think, New Jersey, Salem.
Yeah.
And where I work, we have, so on occasions I'll go out and do customer visits, and the customer we happened to visit was in that town, and it's a really neat old town. And that was probably like our second or third vlog that we did, still trying to figure out what we were doing. And
you went out of town right after we started the vlog.
Yeah.
And then he was sending me footage, and I was trying to edit, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. But the old houses there, I mean, date back to, which is old for us, the 1700s, and
beautiful.
Not necessarily too old for you guys, but and then there was a huge old tree in a cemetery there that was beautiful. But yeah, it was a neat place. But that part of the U.S., I mean, where you have Pennsylvania and New Jersey and Delaware, I mean, it's like you can drive 30 minutes and literally be in a different state. It's pretty interesting being up there versus when you kind of get into the Midwest and the South, where there's a lot of.
Or Texas, where you can drive for 2 days and still be in the same state.
Yeah, I know. I've been to Montana, and I drove for hours to get from one town to the next. Monica has said that she's going to the Witch Salem next week. Oh, I'll get to see that then.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I would like to go there sometime. Yeah. And Chris is giving me a hard time. Cliff. He called me Cliff.
I can see that.
And also, my buddy Bo wants to know when we're getting our puppy. We still don't know. We're just on a waiting list right now for this puppy that's yet to be born. So we will let you know when we find out.
We're being somewhat quite specific as far as what we want. You know,
yeah, the color
and
breed
and the breed and male or female. So we're just taking our time. You know, that's a long-term commitment. So we want to make sure that we get the one that's right for us.
Yeah, I'm not really excited about the training process either. So if they want to wait a while, it's okay.
So another thing that I came across in your video, which you mentioned, and that was your Owners Association. Are you still in that?
Oh, the homeowners?
Yeah, Homeowners Association.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, we don't have a choice. If you live in a neighborhood like our neighborhood is run by Homeowners Association, so unfortunately, you got to pay those dues.
Yeah. And I'm on the board, so we have 3 different sections. So there's a master board, and then there's like sub boards to the master board. And I'm on the sub board for our part of the neighborhood, but we have these annual master board meetings, and probably the vlog you're referring to is we call it the coup.
Oh, it's terrible. There's a lot of arguing.
They're terrible. I could never be on the master board because all they do is fight and argue. But so we had had the same president for what, 15 years, or however long the neighborhood has been here.
Something like that.
But he never did anything. But he wouldn't step down. So there was this coup to get the president off. Well, fast forward a year, we just had our last meeting, and it was not quite as contentious as the first one, but it was pretty contentious. So I just kind of sit back and take it all in and watch it, and it's very interesting people watching, and I don't understand why everyone can't get along, but man, the problem is everyone's out for their own interest, and all the different homeowners have different interests, and so everyone's fighting for, okay, the dues that you collect for homeowners, we want to apply that money towards this.
The playground.
If someone else wants to do something else with
lighting, whatever it is.
So then it turns into this clash of people, and of course I don't care. I just kind of sit back, and as long as they take care of the common grounds, I'm happy,
Yeah, same here. I don't really care.
Oh yeah, another thing that caught my eye when I was looking at your videos, the VIP magazine that you was in.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about that? Because you're VIPs. VIPs, very important people that I'm interviewing tonight.
Yes, it's just a local magazine that does articles about like local businesses and stuff, and then they'll have a section in there where they send photographers to different events, and if they're at your event, they might take your picture. So it's happened to us twice in VIP magazine, and then a few years ago, I was on the cover of another local magazine, which I don't think exists anymore, but it was called Women's Focus magazine, and it was another local one, and they did an interview for Women's History Month. And they wanted to know, like, what were some important women from history of our area. So they came to the museum and interviewed me. And then they called me later and were like, you're our cover story. And I couldn't believe that. I was like, I can't even believe that. But that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't know if it's like this where you live, but in America, most major cities have kind of some local magazines and newspapers. And so it's not too hard to get in those really, because they're always looking for stories.
Yeah, I can understand that.
The
movie. Oh, yeah. So I am on the board of directors for a movie or a company. It's a nonprofit. We make documentaries, historical documentaries. And so we did a movie called Home on the Range that tells the story behind the story of the famous song, very famous song, which is our Kansas State song, Home on the Range. And so one of the events that was part of that magazine, we were doing our premiere for our movie. So that's what that was. Yes,
because one of the people who were in that, where have I got it, was Kay Epperson, and she cut Elvis Presley's hair.
Yes. She did. She's an amazing person.
So why didn't you get a bigger interview with her?
Oh, well, my job was really, I was kind of a star handler. I was just to make sure that she was comfortable and enjoying her visit to our city. And so I mean, I wouldn't want to imposition her in any way. We took her out to dinner. We spent, well, the first time she came for the filming, I spent probably 4 days just driving her around. And she wanted to go to the casino, so I took her to the casino, and we did that and just had fun. But when she came back the second time, it was terrible weather. We got an ice storm, and it was just awful.
Her health wasn't that great.
And her health wasn't that great. So, yeah, we took her out for a nice steak dinner, took her to the premiere, and then she went on home after that. But she's a dear person, a great friend. And if you ever get a chance, you should see her. She's in a movie called Bernie.
Yeah, I checked that this afternoon. Yeah,
it's a great movie. It's kind of a bit of a sleeper, but it stars Jack Black, and it was a good movie.
Yeah, well, if she comes again, get a little interview with her.
We will do that.
Yeah, especially cutting Elvis Presley's hair. Did she get a lock of it?
She gave us a CD that she had done an interview that was just her talking about her life and stuff like that. And she's a very interesting person.
Yeah. See, I've done all this research looking back.
Of course, also in that movie was
Barry mentioned it.
Buck Taylor. Oh, did Barry mention it?
Ron Howard's dad.
Ron Howard's dad.
Yeah.
Rance Howard was also in the movie, so that was really. They all came to our house for dinner. We didn't vlog this at all, really, because I didn't want to. I don't know. They were in their it was their personal time, but they came to our house. We had a barbecue. We cooked for them. We had Buck Taylor's a very famous.
He's from Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke.
He was newly in Gunsmoke.
And he was in Tombstone. Yeah. And a bunch of other movies. Hell or High Water came out last year. He was in that. And so he's become our friend. And that was crazy having all these movie stars here at our house. It was just insane, but it was really cool.
So the movie Home on the Range, where can we see that movie?
Okay, so right now you have to go to one of our showings. So unless you live in our area, you probably aren't going to be able to see it. It's going to be actually this weekend in Wilcox, Arizona at the Wild Bunch Film Festival. But if you're not in Arizona near Wilcox, there are a few places it's going to be shown, but mostly in our area. But we hope to get that on Netflix, and we ultimately have been trying to sell the movie. So we've held off on allowing it to be shown on Netflix, but probably, hopefully before too long, you'll be able to see it on Netflix, and we will let you know when that happens so that you can actually watch it. It's about a 48 minute, I think, documentary. Yeah. So it's not a full length movie, but it's a wonderful documentary.
Yeah. So
it's a docudrama is what they call it.
Yeah. So have you got any other projects that are ongoing now with the film, the movies production?
The Lone Chimney Productions is the company, and not currently. So we are a nonprofit. We have to first we have to do fundraisers and make enough money before we can make another movie. So the projects are slow in coming, but we have a few that are available on DVD from our previous productions, and they're also very interesting, and those are on our website, which is lonechimneyfilms.org. So
can you put that, any chance of putting a link up to that website?
Sure.
If you type something in, I'll give you the spanner, and then you'll be able to do it. Yeah,
Keith's going to put it here. It's lonechimneyfilms.org, and he's going to go ahead and put that in the comments.
Yeah. Will he be able to?
He said he can't.
No, okay. If you write something, just say hello to everybody, and I'll make you a moderator, and then you'll be able to do it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'd love for you to check that out. Like I said, we're a nonprofit, and we're always looking for interesting projects to do and finding.
Okay, I've done that, Keith, by the way, so you can put the link in now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right.
Because it all helps. Because when you're a moderator, you can, if you make somebody a moderator on your channel, then they can put links in.
Gotcha.
Oh, Chris has to go. It's date night. Bye, Chris. They have
Bye,
date
Chris.
Thursdays. Bye, Chris. I bet they're going to rock bottom.
I bet they
We
are.
like to tease them because they always go to the same restaurant. But hey, if you've got a place you like, you might as well.
Yeah, definitely. Has it gone in, Keith?
I'm a slow typer.
He's
Oh.
working on it.
I like to hunt back.
So, this is a question for Keith.
Okay.
Why don't you use your drone a lot? I've seen a couple of videos with drone footage, and I think, if he's got a drone, why don't he use it and show us a bit more footage of
How windy it is.
your great area?
One of the problems is in Kansas, it's very windy, and I've almost lost it a couple times because of the wind. But you know, I'm getting better about using it. I think I've used it probably more in the last month than I probably used it in the last year. I think most people didn't realize we had a drone, but part of it was me was getting comfortable flying the drone, and I've gotten a lot more comfortable flying it. I don't worry about it as much. I just zoom it around all over the place. Where I'm sure you went through this where you're kind of watching it and you're kind of scared to do anything with it. But it's pretty hard to crash one of those unless you run into something. But you know, I like it. But here in Kansas, it's just hard to find things that really of interest to drone. And then two, Wichita is the air capital of America.
Yeah.
So we're literally surrounded by airports all over the place. So there's a lot of restrictions on where we can fly within the city. And, you know, we can get exceptions sometimes for certain things, but for the most part, anything in the city, there's going to be an airport close by somewhere. And that really makes it hard. But I love flying it, and sometimes I forget about it. I'm like, oh, I should have drone that, but you know. But I'm trying to do it more because I love flying it, and I think you know, it's neat getting that perspective of you know, a landmark or whatever you're looking at when you get that drone aspect of it.
Oh yeah, it's very cool. It's a cool toy, big kid toy.
Yeah, they are really. They really are. So, do you have pet names for each other?
We were talking about this the other day. He doesn't have one for me, but I always call him Babe.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's about it. We don't have a lot.
No. I tried to start one, but she didn't like it.
Ab?
Ab?
No,
Yeah,
that's just a short version of my name.
Yeah.
No, he
no.
could do better than that.
Yeah. So then, would you like to do the Mr. and Mrs.? I know you've done one with your daughter sat in the middle of you.
Yeah.
So, who wants to go first?
I'll step out of the room.
Oh, okay. He's leaving.
He's leaving. So,
All right.
hold on.
No listening. Okay.
So the first question is,
he's still in the room. Hang on.
Okay.
We got to get you, close the door. Okay, I'm ready.
yeah. So, what's the best present he's ever bought you?
Oh.
I'm just going to get a pen, by the way, as well. So hold on a minute, Abby.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Okay, I think I'm wearing it. It's probably this right there.
Yeah.
This was, I'm wearing it on my ring finger, but it's actually, he gave to me for our 10-year anniversary. He gave me this beautiful ring. It was a nice surprise. We went to Kansas City for our anniversary, and we took a horse and carriage ride, and he presented it to me on the ride, which was significant because that's how he proposed 10 years before that. So we have this joke that if we ever take a horse and carriage ride, he better have a diamond ring on him.
Oh, that's all right then. So number 2 then.
Okay.
So what's the one thing apart from you he would save in a fire?
Oh, apart from me.
Yeah, because you'd be the number 1. I hope.
Let's go with his Jeep.
He's Jeep.
He's pretty into his Jeep.
Oh, do you think you'll get that?
No, that's a hard question.
So, so number 3, what are you most likely to argue about?
Oh, well, we don't argue a lot. Probably it would be about household chores. I'll say household chores. Like, you know.
What does that mean?
Like
that he don't like doing them.
Neither one of us want to do them. So it's like, you know, who needs to wash that dish or take out that trash or, you know, that kind of thing. Just the typical stuff.
So he should get this one.
Okay.
What is his favorite time of year?
Oh, well, his favorite holiday is Christmas.
Yeah.
But I don't think he loves winter because it's so cold.
Yeah.
Like if we're talking about seasons, I'd go with summer. We'll go with summer. I don't really know I honestly don't know what he's going to say.
Well, you said Christmas. Go where you got feeling.
Okay. We'll say Christmas then.
Yeah.
He doesn't like winter weather, but he loves Christmas.
Yeah. So that's a favorite time of year then.
Yes.
So if he could have, I'm asking you the question, so he's got it. So if you could have lunch with anyone, who would it be?
If I could have lunch with anyone?
Yeah.
Alive or dead?
Alive or dead. Past, ages ago, or present, or whatever.
I mean, Jesus?
Yeah. I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, then you can invite him back into the room.
Okay.
That's your 5 questions.
Trade places. Now I hide. Do I go in the other room?
No. He comes back, and then I'll ask him the same 5 questions, and then
I'll go get it.
Because you didn't do very well on the last one.
Oh, okay. Okay, come back. Okay, so now he wants both of us. Okay, so he's going to ask you the question.
I'm out of the isolation booth.
You're out of the isolation.
Yeah. So, Keith, I asked Abby, what was the best present that you ever gave her?
That I ever gave her?
What did she say?
A diamond ring.
Yes,
correct. Well done.
Oh, sure.
Got the first one right this time. You didn't last time.
No.
Yeah, we did terrible.
We did terrible last time.
Yeah. So I asked Abby, if you had a fire, besides saving air, what else would you save?
I would say photos.
Oh. That's what I would say. But
yeah, what would you say? What did Abby say?
I would say photos.
You would say photos? Okay.
So every time we have tornado threats and warnings around here, that's the first thing I do is haul all the photos downstairs, because you can't replace those things.
That's true.
You know, other than life and photos, most things you can replace.
Yeah.
That's
yes. Well, do you know what she said? What
did
Abby
she
said?
say?
The Jeep.
Okay, that's probably third.
Right? Oh no, maybe he'll put the photos
in the
albums
Jeep.
in the Jeep and drive away.
Yeah.
I do love the Jeep.
So number 3 is, what are you most likely to argue about?
Oh.
Not making eye contact.
22 years of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
If
I know exactly what it is.
If I give you a clue, it's what you don't like doing most.
Oh, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say her tardiness.
Oh, darn. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always late.
Yes.
He doesn't like it.
What'd you say? Cleaning house?
Yeah, like chores. Yeah, doing chores.
I'll give you half a point because you got half of it right.
Oh, okay.
No, but the truth is the only thing we really fight about is her being late all the time.
That's not the only thing, but
Most of the time,
predominant thing. Yeah.
I like to get places 5 minutes early. She's okay getting there 10 minutes late.
I mean,
well, that always happens.
it happens, right? I'm a chick. Takes me longer to get ready.
Yeah, fully agreed on that then.
Yeah.
So I asked Abby what your favourite time of year was.
Fall.
Or is.
For what reason?
Can you be specific? What's the best time of year that you enjoy the most?
Like the month?
It begins with a C.
Your favorite? I don't want to give it away, but
It begins with a C. It's you have a family tradition.
Christmas.
Correct.
Christmas,
Yeah.
because you love Christmas.
I love Christmas. That's true.
I'm the one that loves fall
Yeah.
the most, and you usually say Christmas.
Yeah, that's true.
So I asked Abby if she could have lunch with anyone, who would it be with? Past, present, deceased, or whatever period of time. Who would she love to have lunch with?
That's a tough one.
Well,
It shouldn't be.
it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Just pick the most obvious thing.
Well, it's probably Jesus.
Correct.
Right? I mean,
I'll tell you what, he really had to think about these.
I know. Well,
So he don't know you that well, does he? Abby?
I'm trying to think the way she would think. I didn't know if that would be the first thing she would go to.
of course.
Yeah.
So it's ta-ta to Abby now.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now go easy on me, Keith.
Yeah. Well, you should know these because you do a lot of vlogging in the car. So when driving, what is Abby's favourite radio station that she has on most in the car?
Well, she listens to Spotify, so we don't per se listen to a specific station. She generally has a playlist.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. Spotify. Got that? So here's one then, and it's an easy one. This one. Who has the worst handwriting?
Say it again.
Who has the worst handwriting?
Oh, definitely me. It's barely legible.
So that's Keith. Yeah. So that got to throw a few easy ones in.
Yeah. Uncle Dan doesn't have much hope for me. He told me I'm going to blow it.
So, what was Abby's first job?
She worked at paying job or first job?
First job. First ever job.
She worked at a doctor's office, and then after that, she worked at Miller's Outpost.
So, which one have I got to put? Doctor's office or Miller's?
I'm going to say the doctor's office.
Doctor's office. So, was that unpaid then?
Yeah, I don't think she got paid for that. I think that might have been volunteer, but I think she would consider that her first job. But I know her first probably paying job was working at the mall.
Yeah, I'm just having a look. AKL, I've removed the S because you don't have a valid in the web. Oh, don't get that. Can you see that one from H-Top Music? I don't get that.
Yeah, I'll have to fix that link. I'll copy it over. Thanks, H-Top.
Yeah. So number 9. Who would you have playing Abby in a movie? If you could pick any actress, who would, and you got to think the way Abby thinks. Who would Abby pick as a standing in the movie?
I would go with Reese Witherspoon.
Reese must be her favourite then.
No, it's not. I just think I don't know. They both have blonde hair. I don't know I'm trying to think who she would pick. Now, if she was thinking like me, I know she would know who I would pick, but they don't look anything alike, so I don't think they would.
Okay, then. We won't, who would you pick for you then?
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's your pick. Who you would pick then?
Okay. If it was who I would pick Julia Roberts.
Yeah. Female. I'll put female lead then. Yeah.
Yep.
So last question is, what's she most scared of?
Spiders.
Yeah. See, I thought I'd give you the easy one.
Yeah, you gave me the easy ones. You went easy on me. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, then you can get her back in then, Keith.
All right, get back.
Okay. Uh-oh, he's giggling.
So, Abby, question number 6 then.
Okay.
When driving your car and doing your vlogs, when you're not doing your vlogs, what station or music do you like listening to? You know, because Keith said you don't listen to a radio station, it's mainly a playlist. So what playlist do you listen to?
He probably said 80s. Like I listened to a lot of 80s music.
Not the music. What particular, playlist?
What venue?
Oh, Spotify? You mean Spotify?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, yeah, sure. All the time. I love Spotify.
So now you should get this one, because if you don't, I don't know what's gone wrong. Who has the worst handwriting?
Him.
Correct.
Sure, I have to have good handwriting.
Yeah. So another one you should get right. What was your first ever job? Not paid, voluntary or whatever. What was the first job you worked, where you worked?
Babysitting. Does that count? Babysitting?
Yeah.
Not counting babysitting? Not counting babysitting. Miller's Outpost at the mall.
Before that, I think.
Before that?
Yeah, maybe I have them backwards.
Doctor's office. He said doctor's office or Miller's.
The doctor's office.
Oh, the doctor's office. I did not get paid.
Yeah.
No, that's why I said voluntary.
Yeah.
Listen to the questions.
Yeah, I did. I worked at a pediatrician.
Yeah. So number 9. Which female actress would Keith have playing you in a movie?
Oh, that's interesting. I thought you were going to say, who does he have a crush on? But this is different because...
Well, it could be the way he answered. I think he's got a crush on her.
Uh-oh.
She has to figure out which one it is.
Well, I think Drew Barrymore.
God. Who else does he fancy then?
Who would I pick?
I think if you were trying to imitate me, maybe you'd pick Drew Barrymore, but apparently you didn't.
No, Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
Well, now see, I would have said Julia Roberts if you said who does he have a crush on? But to play me, she's older than me, and also she doesn't look like me.
I originally said Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon's another good one. Yeah, she's cute. I like her. I'll take her.
Let's take her.
Yeah.
Oh, what did Keith say you're most scared of?
Most scared? Oh, spiders. Yeah. Spiders.
So how many did we get? 1, 2,
yeah, we got that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5. So you beat your last score by half a point.
That's pretty good.
That's a D.
Pretty good, yeah. Yeah, above average is all I can say on that one.
We'll take it.
So the final question is, you mentioned on one of your videos that you used to sing in a choir. And I always try to get my guests, if they can sing, to sing a song.
That's evil.
On my interviews. I'm evil. It's a bad boy, Keith. So could you sing us a song?
I think Keith should join me in singing our intro.
Yeah, AKA Our Life
Our
intro.
song, right? We can do it.
Oh, okay.
You can do it. I wrote that song. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
AKA Our Life. Keith's my husband.
Abby's my wife.
Our daughter went to college. What do we do? Started a blog to make videos for you.
Brilliant, brilliant. That was exceptional.
Thank you very much.
So you wrote that. Who put the music to it then?
I did. Well, we have a digital piano, like one of those Clavinova pianos, and it has sort of some like built-in beats. And so I used one of those, and then I played the tune over that. So I played it, but I'm not very good.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I'm good enough to write a jingle.
Brilliant. Yeah. So do you think you could do one for me then?
Probably. Oh, not on the spot.
No. But I mean, you know, if you can produce one, and then I can use it in me intros then.
We could try.
Right.
As long as you don't charge.
No, maybe I should start charging though. People keep telling me that song is getting stuck in their head.
Yeah, well, it is. It's catchy, isn't it? And that's why it is very catchy, that one. One more final question then that I have. Oh no, I've got two really.
Oh.
Because I'd like to learn more about Keith's. What was it? Glass. Because he plays soccer, and I've got down here. I can't read my own writing. Stained glass.
Yeah, it's a hobby that I have that I haven't actually done in a long time since we've lived in the house we're in now. But it's something that I like to work in the garage. I like to tinker with things, and it's just something creative I like to do. I'm not the most creative person in the world, but that's pretty fun. But it's funny because once people found out I did stained glass, and I started getting commissioned for free jobs, you know. So
yeah.
So my mom has some glass. My cousin in his house above the entryways, he installed stained glass in there. So I did a project for them, and my grandmother has a piece of stained glass. And in our house we lived in when we lived in Dallas, I cut out a lot of the inside parts of the cabinets and created kind of like a curio cabinet of sorts, like a display cabinet. And
then you did some windows in our house, our old house in Wichita, which they took out.
Yeah.
The people that bought the house, so I don't even know what happened to them. They're gone.
But I want to get back into it. It was a nice thing just to make a small one and give as a gift, like people that were moving or something like that. I did a couple of those, but. Yeah, it's really fun, and you know, it's not that hard to do if you have the right tools. But it's just when we moved here, I never really set everything back up, and it's all sitting
out
out there.
Like a workbench, like a table or someplace to lay it out and stuff.
Yeah, but I definitely would like to get back into that. It's just kind of those things that you have to find the time, and unfortunately. Vlogging has sucked up any free time we have.
That's our current hobby.
That's our current hobby. So we'll see how long this wave lasts. And
well, vlogging's been great because it is a hobby that we can do together.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you wanted to do when your daughter went to college.
Yeah, when you ask about editing, I mean, a lot of times we sit down and edit stuff together. Pick the music, you know, the feel of it. Oh, you know, give ideas. Oh, we should put this. And then do that, and you know, it's definitely I would consider it definitely a couple's hobby for us.
So one question then, after you mentioning that, but before I ask that one, then Uncle Dan 58 says, "I like their paper cutout animation." So how did you do that animation?
That was really fun, and. If you watch, you guys, if you're interested, you can go back and watch our video. It was on January 1st, on New Year's Day of this year. And I used to be into scrapbooking. So I had all of these little scraps of paper and things. And I just cut them out and cut out printed pictures of us and cut out our face. and then put them on the cartoon bodies. So those cartoon bodies are actual paper that I cut out. And then we found an app.
I'm trying to find the name of it.
It was like a stop motion. I think it's called Stop Motion.
Yeah.
It's a stop motion animation app. Super easy. We did it on Keith's iPad. You just, you know, put your set and then you move it a little bit and then you snap a picture and move it a little bit, snap a picture. And then this app will produce it into a video.
Yeah.
And then we added the sound of our singing over top of it. It was really easy. We did it in an afternoon. And, you know, that was it. We've been talking about doing others. We've never done another one, but, well, we did the skunk. We did the skunk spraying.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't have any music. We did that one. But, yeah, that's a fun app. I think it would be fun. Like, when I wish they had this technology when I was a kid, I would have loved to do that. I tried to do it with my video camera. Did you do that too, Keith?
Yeah. I wish this technology was about when I first started filming.
Yes.
Because I had to edit with the 2 old VHS recorders,
Me too.
reel to reel, and do that used to take hours and hours and hours, and then I had a vision mixer to do, the crossfade. That was hard work. Whereas on computers, it's and I can edit, like a wedding. I can edit now in about a couple of hours.
Yeah, the technology is awesome. And then YouTube, how cool would that be if YouTube had existed, or how scary would it be? Because when I was a teenager, I was making all these ridiculous little movies, and because it's always been a hobby. But thank goodness, I guess, that they're not on YouTube. We put one on several months ago. That was fun. We may do some more of those later on where we share some of our old home movies, because those are hilarious.
Oh, I love, because I did watch that one where you said you didn't like Keith putting that one on.
Oh, that was so embarrassing.
I tell you what, I've got all the kids growing up on video, and if I put all those on, that they would die. So I'm not going to show them up, So one final question then, because it's nearly 1 o'clock here in the morning, is as this journey on YouTube brought you two closer together?
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because I think we had individual hobbies, and this was a mutual hobby that we both enjoy, and it takes a lot of time. And we really find a lot of enjoyment in doing it. It gets us out of the house. We actually are doing things together instead of just sitting around watching the TV or just wasting time. So it's been really helpful. I think it's been great for our marriage, and it's brought us closer together. And it's really been exciting, and looking forward to seeing what other adventures that we get to do as we go on this journey. Yeah.
So what's the goals for the next 5 years then? I know that you want to be up into the 100,000 subscriber mark, and the way you're going, it could actually happen. You're still young to make it happen.
Well, I appreciate that. That happens. I mean, that's not really, our end game. I mean, we love the subscriber piece of it, and we get excited that people watch it. But, we just have really enjoyed, one, we've really enjoyed just making the videos, and two, like we mentioned earlier, like all the people we met, that's the part, enjoyment I get out of YouTube. And I think, if we end up with a successful channel one day and, people watch it, that's just really a byproduct of what we're doing. And, hopefully we'll keep it real. I think that's one thing that I think is appealing to us from what we're told is that we seem to, have a connection with, people that do follow our channel. And we try to, communicate and, answer all our comments. And, we get a ton of comments, and we love that because we love talking to people. But a lot of times it's hard to answer those comments, but we try to, because that's really that connection we have with others. And that's the only thing that I really, don't get me wrong. I'd like one day to be that large, but we're gonna lose that connection that we
the
have.
personal connection.
Because you just can't have a connection as this channel
with
grows.
Hundreds of people, you can't.
That
it wouldn't be possible.
That connection gets harder and harder. So that's the one part I don't like about it. Because when we were small, and we're still small, you're able to have those bonds with individuals, which we'll always have bonds with these ones that kind of started the journey with us. But as time goes on, that's going to get harder to do.
Yeah. That's what I find now, that watching everybody's video and comments on, you just can't do it. I mean, that, like, I finished watching 62 videos today of channels that I follow, and some of them are 25, 30 minutes long, and you just can't watch them. Or, so you get little bits, don't you? So, that I'm finding it very difficult to keep up with the channels that I subscribe to. But I now tend to look at people who comment on my channel regularly, and then I will always go and look at their videos and comment on.
And that's our strategy too, as far as.
Yeah, because I've got a call of about 50 people who comment on all my videos. So when they put one up, I automatically go and watch theirs first, and then if I've got time after, and then I will go and watch my other channels that I subscribe to. And I subscribe now to 1,134 channels.
Oh wow!
So I know I've got 1,030 subscribers, but it's still very hard, So, but you're one of my favorite channels, so I never miss one of your videos. I always, I've got the bell on, so as soon as it goes up, I watch it, and that's
you.
And that's what I do.
Tomorrow's is going to be a doozy.
Oh,
yeah.
We had I had an unfortunate event happen today that was really bad.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a minor tragedy today, and that's a teaser for tomorrow.
For tomorrow's vlog.
It was
no one was injured in that.
No one was injured, but we had a problem this morning that was not good. So we turned it around. We ended up having a good day, but yeah, you'll have to watch tomorrow's vlog because it'll be a doozy.
I will watch that then. So I'm going to finish this interview with Keith and Abby. Really appreciate you coming on and talking to me tonight. Sorry, I'm going to cut it to. Sorry, I'm cutting it short. And thanks to everybody who was in the chat window. So bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
So stay